Somos LatinX Radio Stream, una voz que conecta, une e inspira.
Aquí celebramos tus raíces y te ayudamos a crecer.
Desde historias que inspiran hasta el ritmo que nos mueve.
Siempre contigo, siempre latinos.
LatinX Radio Stream, tu cultura, tu música.
En el corazón de Sarasota County, la Cámara de Comercio nos trae historias inspiradoras y eventos que resaltan el éxito, la innovación y la fuerza de nuestra comunidad. Desde relatos de emprendedores hasta iniciativas que nos unen. Acompáñanos en este viaje de diversidad y éxito. Todo se encuentra aquí, en la voz de los negocios de Sarasota. Solo por LatinX Radio Stream.
Welcome back to the Voice of Business Sarasota. I'm your host, Melanie Lavender, manager of the Opportunities for All program, which is an initiative through the Greater Sarasota Chamber of Commerce. Today I have with me Ms. Saran DeVaughn, director of the New College Child Center. Thank you again, Saran, for being here with us. So you were telling us how the need in your life created this opportunity to early childhood development and education.
Yes.
You are currently the director of New College Child Center. How did that opportunity come into fruition?
Oh, it was a blessing. I was in between jobs, and a community partner reached out to me in a time where I thought that I was going to leave education and try a different venture in life. She contacted me and stated that the Child Center needed a director to come in and substitute, as the current director at the time had some family issues and had to leave. I came in as a substitute director, and 6 years later, I am now the owner of the facility.
Wow. So coming in as a substitute and then becoming the director, the owner. So this is a nonprofit education? Or
It is. It is a nonprofit, very small nonprofit that was originally created by professors that worked at New College that had no child care for their children. That was almost 30 years ago.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. And so I just want to make this clear that New College Child Center is not affiliated with the New College.
Not at all.
Okay.
Not at all. The name came about because the professors were working there, and New College did rent them a space. So the house that we utilize is owned by New College of Florida.
Yeah. Now, as this journey of going into ownership and nonprofits, how has that learning curve been?
It's been a major learning curve. I have worked for nonprofits before, but owning one is completely different. Like I said, it was a learning curve. I've learned a lot during the process, but again, very, very blessed, very, very fortunate to even be able to be in this position.
Yeah, because you are teaching our future leaders, or those that are going to come into leadership and setting that foundation of education. How does that feel working with these little humans?
It's very empowering. It brings me to tears because they are our future, and it is so important that they are taught properly, that they're taught the right way, and that everyone that they are in contact with within their education venture has their best interest at heart.
Yeah, it is. And you kind of instill a love of learning with the kids.
Yes.
One of the things that I got a chance to witness was during Christmas time. And I have my picture in my office, but you all set up like little Santa windows for the kids, and they had on their elf hats. They just was like the cutest poses. Like, How does that affect you daily, working with these kids?
It keeps me going.
Yeah.
To be completely honest with you, it keeps me going. Everything that I do with them on a daily basis it just warms my heart and reassures me that I am in the right field and I have chosen the right path for myself, for my daughters, and for the students that I have taught.
Yeah, because you are a mom as well.
I am.
And you understand that mom hustle, that importance.
Yes, it is very important. We as moms are everything.
Yeah.
We are everything, and we are everything to not only our children but to our family as a whole.
Yeah.
And it's sad to say, but I don't think that these families can operate without moms.
It's hard. It's hard. It's hard for moms to operate.
Extremely. But we do it.
But we
do it every day. And not to take any credit from dads. Dads are awesome and dads do a wonderful job. But I just feel that moms have a lot on their shoulders, and we are expected to have all of these positive outcomes when it comes to our children, and the weight is on us. So I like to commend moms, and I like to give them the props when I can.
Yeah, it's definitely, but there is a saying, it takes a village to raise a child.
It definitely does. It takes a village to raise a child. It takes a village to own a business. It takes a village to be successful. And with that, I wanted to say that the Sarasota Chamber is a part of my village. And without the chamber, I don't know where my business would be. The village is real.
It's real.
Yes.
And that's one of the great things about the Opportunities for All program is it's set up to assist owners, to assist founders of nonprofits and for-profits. As you have moved into this founder, owner position and director, the business aspect is different from just being the director. You have a lot on you.
Yes. The HR side, I can just say that one aspect is huge, and that's a part of the business that you have to learn if you don't know, because coming from a business where they have an HR department, and then you becoming the HR department is completely different. So I have a newfound respect for all of the HR folks, because it's a lot.
It is.
It's a lot. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of responsibility. You have all of your staff's well-being is in your hands, and you are responsible for their pay, their benefits, everything. And it's a lot.
It's a heavy crown.
It is
a heavy crown. But I think you have approached it with such energy, grace, and compassion. You can see in your interactions with your employees. What are some of the things you've been able to use the grant funds for?
We have been able to acquire a space for summer. We are going to move out of our current housing situation at the end of the month, and we are going to move into a new situation that we will be taking care of approximately 6 to 10 students this summer. Hopefully we can add a couple more to our roster, but the Opportunity for All grant has given us the foundation to be able to move on to another place and continue to provide quality education to our babies.
Yes, and those kids are very much bright. You can see it in their eyes, in their conversation.
They are so special. They are so special.
I love it. I love it. So as you have made this move and things are happening, how has that process been? Do you have to get permits in order? How is that when you're doing
it's a lot. It's a lot. Yes, we do have to get permits. We have to do applications for licensing. We have to make sure that we have adequate playground space. We need to make sure that we have adequate classroom space. So it is a lot, but with the team that I have, again, very, very blessed, very fortunate that we have all taken different pieces and different roles to make sure that we are successful.
Yeah, and I think that's where the teamwork comes.
Yes, ma'am. I couldn't do it without them. I could not.
Yeah. And as you have gone into this new process of acquiring a new space, your parents have been some of your best cheerleaders.
My parents are top tier.
Yeah.
I'll just say that. They are 100% the most supportive set of people that I have ever come across. Everything that we have gone through within the last year, trying to find new space and wondering if we're going to be able to remain open for the year, they have been so supportive. We did lose quite a few families earlier this year, but the families that we retained have been absolutely amazing. And I appreciate them more than they will ever know, because they did not have to stick it out with us. They could have very well moved on, but that just shows that, they know that we love their children, and their education and their well-being is our first priority.
Is your first priority?
Yes.
So tell me about the summer program that's going on with New College Child
So
Center.
our summer camp, it will be an 8-week summer camp.
Okay.
It will still be in Sarasota. It will still be in a small house, but it will be more north, or more south, than our current facility. We have a themed week. It won't be as strenuous as a actual school year.
Okay.
There will be a lot of more fun things incorporated in there, but everything will be developmentally appropriate, and it will still teach them all of the standards and appropriate things that they need to move on to kindergarten or to move on to the next level in their education.
So what are some of those key milestones that parents should be aware of when they're in that preschool time?
I think the most important things that parents need to know about the development of their children between the ages of 1 and 5 is reading.
Yeah.
Read to your children. Even if you don't think that they are hearing or listening to you, read to them. They are listening to everything. This is how they pick up on new vocabulary. This is how they learn new vocabulary, new words, new things. Read to your children. Make sure that they go outside. I know that we don't go outside as much as we used to. Letting your children go outside and play enhances their gross motor skills, their fine motor skills, everything. Children need to go outside. They need to play. They learn through play. Parents don't always realize that just because their child says they came home today and they played doesn't mean that they did not learn. They learn a lot through play. Yes. Yeah. So just ask lots of questions. If you're one of those parents that are home with your child and you're fortunate enough to be there, ask them questions all day. Read things to them all day. It doesn't have to be children's books. It could be a newspaper. It could be a magazine. It could be signs in your house. All the literacy that is right in front of you is a teaching tool for your child.
Yeah. I think I was reading an article, and it was talking about how a lot of these kids are coming in and they don't have those skills. And that's why it's so important for programs like VPK.
Yes.
And getting them that interaction into school early is so important.
It is. It not only builds on their academics, but it builds on their social skills.
Yeah.
A lot of students have a hard time when they get into elementary school because preschools are small, classroom settings are small. They get into kindergarten and there's 20 children, one teacher, and it is a culture shock.
Yeah.
So it is very, very important that these programs, VPK, school readiness, that all of these programs stay around and are continued to be taught to our children.
Yeah. And you have, I like to call it like a very rainbow group of children.
I do. I think I might have the most diverse center in North Sarasota, Florida.
Yeah.
Yes. I love it.
Yeah. And the kids are so sweet. They are very talkative. And you would be surprised at the conversation that these kids want to have.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
And do have sometimes.
And it's encouraged. I encourage them to have conversations. We talk a lot. And I try not to stop or prevent certain conversations. I just may redirect them to make the conversation a little more school appropriate.
Yeah.
But I think it's so important for children to have conversations and to feel comfortable being able to come to their teachers or their director or whomever the adult is in their daily lives.
Yeah, and being given that freedom, it encourages that curiosity.
It does, and it also teaches language. It also teaches language. When you have conversations with young children and you speak to them like they are an adult or 5 years old and not, 2 and 3 years old, even at 2 and 3 years old, we have real conversations with them. And you will be so surprised at what they understand. They may not be able to verbally reply, but they understand exactly what we're saying to them. Yes.
Yeah. And it's funny, I thought it was just me, but it's during nap time is when the most important questions, I think, are brought up.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Absolutely. Nap time is the most inquisitive part of their day. No one is tired at nap time.
No one is tired.
Everybody has 15 questions each.
Now, you have to have a love and a passion for kids to deal with 15 questions from 15 to 20 little people.
Yes, you do.
You do.
But you know what? It's fun. And it's interesting because a lot of the questions that they have are really good questions. And once you sit back and kind of internalize what they're asking, it's amazing to know to learn their thought process and how they process maybe what I said earlier and now they have a question about it 2 hours later, or something that their parent may have said to them that I may have said a little differently, and it's so interesting to see how they interpret what we say.
Yeah, and I love that. Especially at that age.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You have a really good age of kids to work with.
It's so fun.
Yeah.
It is so fun.
They still think adults are the smartest people.
They do.
They have this respect, but then the random hugs.
All day. And it's good.
It's good.
It's good because they are genuine hugs and they know. Yeah. They know when you need it. You don't have to say a word. They just come over and give it to you. Do you want them all the time? No. But you receive them. You receive because you never know when they may need it.
Yeah.
It's not always about us.
Yeah.
They may need a hug sometimes and they don't know how to tell you that.
Yeah. That I'm dealing with this.
Stress, anxiety. I'm tired. I didn't get a lot of sleep. I need to take a nap. Yeah. They don't know how to say that. So sometimes they just need a little squeeze. Yes.
And Saran, throughout this entrepreneurial journey, what are two things that you've learned that will stick with you that you didn't know before?
Payroll is hard, and just what I give, I have received. And I receive it in a way that is so gratifying from my parents, from community partners, and from the students. I don't always realize what an impact I have on my parents, not just the students. I get calls all the time from my parents that they just want to say thank you, or they appreciate me taking care of their kids. In my mind, that's my job. That's what I do every day. I love your children, but that's my job. And I have come to realize that being in this field, that I am a very valued commodity to my parents, and I am forever grateful for them. I mean, I never realized how important I was to them. It makes me want to cry.
Oh man, that is purpose. That is really going after your path and letting the village love on you as well.
Yes.
Because it is one thing, we romanticize the ideal of being an entrepreneur, but it's hard because you're working with things you didn't know sometimes. You're doing this out of passion. There's going to be times where the ball drops. You have to wear the hat of counselor, accountant, HR. You have to balance the books. Sometimes you have to be, the janitor. You wear so many hats. And it's those moments when someone just has to say, hey, you've impacted my life.
And it takes it all away. It takes it all away. It makes everything worth it.
Yeah, because it is. And many of us have followed the news and have seen some of the takeover that has happened at New College. Has that affected you?
It has. New College is currently not wanting to be in the early child care business. I'm not sure what that means. I just know that they have expanded the college and they are trying to go in a different path. So with that, we are no longer going to be on or near their campus to be able to serve their faculty and staff, as well as, the folks in the community right around in that area, which is horrible. I have about 8 families that are professors of New College, and they don't know what they're going to do. They don't know where their children are going after May, and it's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking. I'm not sure if the college has a plan on providing stipends for their staff or providing some other alternate option for childcare, but I really hope so, because it's not fair to the students, it's not fair to the families, and the college has in their HR pamphlet that they offer childcare, or that childcare is available.
At the camp.
Yes. So I'm not sure how they're going to work that out, but the takeover affected us and a lot of people in our community by this. I think they need dorm space. So I just keep telling myself that they're not kicking out the babies. They're just making room for the big babies.
For the big babies.
Yes. So that makes me not be upset and know that we're still serving children. They may be adult children, but we're still serving children.
Those children that are taking that first step out of the nest.
Yes.
And it's almost beautiful because with you, they take that first step away from mom and dad and become a place of safety. And now this new group is coming in that are leaving mom and dad, and they're going to be on their own.
Yes.
And this is throughout this pivot and throughout this change, your parents have encouraged you. Your staff members, the hugs, the community, as well as your family. And so you've had to pivot and you've had to make changes. What can you tell that owner that might be facing some major changes as well?
Don't give up. Do not give up. If you are passionate about what you do and this is what you want to do, don't give up. Keep fighting. There are people out there in the community that will help you. Is it easy? Absolutely not. But if this is what you want and this is your passion, please do not give up. Our babies need you, and you're a vital, vital piece to the community.
Yes, you are. How can our viewers find more information about New College Child Center?
We are located on Facebook and Instagram under New College Child Center. We will be in our current facility until Friday, May 23rd. If anyone is wanting to come out and see us, you are more than welcome to come by and visit. We have an open door policy, and we love to have visitors. We're located, like I said earlier, in between Ringling Museum and New College of Florida.
Yes, ma'am. And you guys are celebrating a big milestone Friday as well.
Thursday.
Okay.
Our BPK class is graduating, and they're going to kindergarten.
Yay!
I know, we're so excited.
So they're not going to be big kids on campus
They
anymore.
are not. They will now be the babies again. Yes, so we're having lots of conversations about that because this is going to be completely different for them.
Yeah.
Yes.
It is.
But it's very exciting.
Well, thank you so much, Saran, for joining us and sharing your journey, sharing your wisdom with us. I have enjoyed this conversation so much. Is there any shout outs you want to give?
I do. I would like to give a shout out to the Sarasota Chamber. I would like to give a shout out to all of my staff, Miss Leilani, Miss Whitney, Miss Jamiria. Thank you all so much for your dedication every day. Everything that you have done has not gone unnoticed. We have done a marvelous job in the last 6 years, and we will continue to do so. I would like to thank the community partners, Ms. Sharice from the Robert Taylor complex that has come in and assisted in reading and crafts and getting our name put out into the community. We appreciate you, and everybody else, all of my parents from 6 years ago until now that have stuck by us and that are continuing to stick by us. I appreciate you more than I could ever say. Thank you for letting me take care of your babies every day. And thank you for trusting me and my staff.
This is beautiful. Thank you, Saran.
Thank you.
And thank you all for joining us for the Voice of Business in Sarasota. Signing off, I am your host, Melanie Lavender, and we'll see you next time.